So we all think about money, don't we? I mean, how to get more, how to make it really work for us.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you've probably heard the usual advice, right? Go to school, get the grades, find that secure job.
Standard pal.
Exactly. But what if that's not really the full picture? What if there's a totally different way to think about financial freedom? Maybe one that's, less common.
Well, that's exactly what we're diving into today. We're looking at a book that honestly shook things up for millions of people. It's Robert Kiyosaki's Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Came out back in '97.
Ah, yeah, I remember when that hit.
And it's more than just like a finance manual.
Yeah.
It's really a guide to completely rethinking how you see income, jobs, investing, even education, really.
Okay, so for this deep dive, what's our plan? The book itself, it has this interesting structure, doesn't it? Kind of semi-autobiographical.
That's right.
It lays out its ideas by contrasting these two father figures in Kiyosaki's life. You've got his poor dad.
Which was his biological father. Highly educated guy, believes strongly in, formal schooling, job security, climbing that corporate ladder.
Yeah.
The traditional route.
Right, and then there's the rich dad.
And that's the fascinating part. This wasn't his biological dad. It was his best friend's father. High school dropout, actually.
Really? A dropout?
Yeah, but he was this incredibly sharp businessman. Became Robert's mentor, taught him these often surprising, almost counterintuitive ways to build wealth.
So the whole book kind of plays these two philosophies off each other.
Exactly. It shows how their different lessons really shaped Kiyosaki's whole understanding of money and finance.
Okay, so our mission here is to really pull out the key insights from this book. It's often called paradigm shifting, right?
Definitely.
So we'll unpack the core ideas, look at its unique philosophy, talk about the impact it's had, basically help you understand what it all means for your financial thinking.
Yeah, and how it challenges those, standard assumptions. Maybe even offers a bit of a shortcut to getting wise about a different money game.
Okay, let's get into it then.
One of the first things Kiyosaki really hammers home is just how crucial financial education is. He's got this quote, something like, "The single most powerful asset we all have is our mind. If it's trained well, it can create enormous wealth." He basically argues that financial literacy, really understanding how money works, how it flows, how you make it work for you, that's way more important for building real wealth than just piling up academic degrees.
Right, because the common advice is work hard for your money.
Exactly. But he says most people are never really taught how to make their money work hard for them. It's a fundamental shift.
Yeah, I noticed reading through it, he keeps coming back almost like a mantra to this difference between assets and liabilities. Sounds simple, but how does he really define that?
Okay, this is key.
And isn't there like a famous example he uses, something most people think is an asset, but he says, nope, liability.
You got it. So his definition is crystal clear. An asset
Wow.
puts money into your pocket, period.
Okay, like stocks paying dividends or rental property income.
Right. Or royalties, things like that. A liability, on the other hand, takes money out of your pocket. Car loans, credit card debt.
Uh-huh.
And here's the controversial one. Your primary residence, your home.
Ah, there it is. Why does he say that? Most people see their house as their biggest asset.
Well, he argues that while it has value, if it's not generating income for you, and you're constantly paying the mortgage, property taxes, insurance, repairs, it's actually acting as a liability. It's pulling cash from your pocket each month.
So it's draining your cash flow, not feeding it.
Precisely.
Mm-hmm.
He contends that true wealth building comes from systematically acquiring income-generating assets, not just accumulating stuff, even valuable stuff like a house that costs you money.
That's a big mental shift. It's not just about owning things. It's about what those things do financially.
Exactly.
And that connects to another core idea he pushes, working to learn, not just working to earn, which honestly makes me think about jobs I took just for the paycheck.
We've all been there.
Yeah. But he flips it. He suggests choosing jobs almost like apprenticeships for skills you need later.
Right. And he's not just talking about any skills. He's talking about learning the mechanics of business and money, how value is created, how money moves.
Right, sales or accounting.
Yeah, sales, marketing, understanding financial statements, negotiation,
Yeah.
even just observing how successful businesses operate. He advises seeking jobs, maybe even low-paying ones initially, specifically to develop these crucial financial and business skills. It's like getting paid to learn the rules of the game the rich play.
Instead of just trading time for a salary.
Exactly. You're investing in your financial intelligence.
And this focus on just the salary, the paycheck, That leads into what he calls the rat race, right?
The rat race, yes.
It's not just about working hard, is it? It's more like a trap.
It's a psychological trap, absolutely. You get a raise, you spend more, your expenses rise to meet your income, so you feel like you need to keep working harder and harder just to maintain your lifestyle.
You're stuck on a treadmill.
Precisely. Chasing the next paycheck, never actually building freedom. Kiyosaki puts it very bluntly. Most people work for money.
But the rich have money work for them. Yeah, I remember that line.
And the way out of that trap, his solution, is shifting your income source. Moving away from earned income, from a job towards passive income.
From investments or businesses you own?
Right. Building systems where your assets, your money, your businesses are generating income for you 204/7, whether you're actively working or not. That's what frees you from trading hours for dollars.
And a huge part of making that shift, he argues, is mindset. He talks a lot about emotions, like fear.
Fear of losing money, fear of losing job security.
And greed, wanting more stuff. He says these often drive financial decisions for most people.
Yeah, he contrasts his two dads again here. Poor dad was very risk-averse, always worried about security. Rich dad embraced financial risk.
But not just reckless gambling, right?
No, not at all. It was calculated risk, based on financial knowledge and understanding. He understood the deals, the investments.
So managing your emotions, your thoughts about money, is almost as important as the financial strategy itself.
Kiyosaki would say it's more important. Being willing to take calculated risks, understanding that failure isn't fatal, it's actually part of learning. He says, winners are not afraid of losing, but losers are. Failure is part of the process of success.
That's a powerful reframe. Learn from mistakes, don't let them paralyze you.
Exactly. Don't let fear dictate your financial life.
Okay, and this mindset also seems to tie into another big theme, entrepreneurship. He really advocates for starting your own business, doesn't he? Even a small side hustle.
Oh, strongly.
Hmm.
He sees it as a primary path to gaining control over your income, rather than being dependent on an employer.
Is it just about control, or is there a deeper reason he pushes it?
Well, partly control, but also entrepreneurship forces you to learn all those skills we talked about: sales, marketing, management, finance. It develops problem-solving abilities. And crucially, it offers the potential to scale your wealth.
Ah, scale, meaning
Meaning you can build systems, hire people, delegate tasks. You create something that generates value beyond just your own personal time and effort. Is how you truly break free from that hours for dollars model.
got it. Okay, one last big concept, and this one sometimes raises eyebrows. The idea that the wealthy use corporations and tax laws differently.
Yes, this is definitely one of his more discussed, sometimes controversial points.
Using corporate structures to minimize taxes legally. What's the core argument there?
His point is essentially that understanding the tax system is another vital part of financial education. He argues the wealthy often structure their finances through corporations.
Why a corporation?
Well, simplifying a bit, in many systems, businesses can pay expenses before paying taxes on the remaining income, whereas employees typically get taxed on their income first and then pay expenses out of what's left.
So it's about the order of operations, legally speaking.
Right. He argues it's about knowing the rules of the financial game at a higher level. The rich, he claims, understand and legally leverage these rules within the existing framework to protect and grow their wealth more efficiently. It's presented as financial intelligence, not necessarily finding loopholes, but understanding the structures available.
Okay, so let's try to wrap this up. If you had to distill Rich Dad, Poor Dad down, what's the absolute core message, that main paradigm shift it offers?
I'd say it's about fundamentally changing your relationship with money. Stop working for money and start making money work for you. Build assets, think long-term.
Yeah, focus on building those things that put money in your pocket.
Exactly. And while, it's not a super detailed how-to guide for investing in specific stocks or real estate,
Right, it's more philosophical.
it delivers that crucial message about changing your mindset first. That's the foundation.
So key takeaways. Really grasp that difference between assets and liabilities, what feeds your wallet versus what drains it.
Absolutely critical.
And shift your focus from just earning a paycheck to actively working to learn those valuable skills, sales, finance, business systems that can eventually lead to passive income.
Get out of the rat race by building income streams that don't depend on your 9 to 5.
Okay, so here's a final thought to leave everyone with, building on Kiyosaki's challenge. If he suggests the rich play by different rules, maybe legally, maybe mentally, What's one rule about money, maybe one you grew up with, that you are now willing to question or maybe even redefine for yourself after this?
That's a good one.
Think about how this deep dive might nudge your own approach to money, to debt, maybe even how you view your job or future income. Could you start thinking a bit more like an investor or an entrepreneur?
It really prompts you to examine those ingrained beliefs, doesn't it?
Mhm.
Food for thought.